All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, February 20th, and let's see, for the market open direction today, looks like it will be for a sell. Give me a second here. Okay. So we have about a minute and a half till market open. Thirty seconds. About 20 seconds till market open. All right, market is open. There we go. Nice big push, nice big push. So yesterday's trade came back down and hit full TP. So this week we've had back-to-back wins. So let's see if we can. So you can see this week we had Monday we did have a live session. Tuesday was a win. Wednesday was a win. Thursday was a win. So this week we are so far up 4.5%. And let's see if we can hit another win today. But either way, we are all the way in profit for this week with back-to-back wins. So let's see. So we're still in this back and forth. Same thing what happened yesterday, but eventually yesterday's trade, it came so close to stop loss. It reversed down and came back and hit take profit. So this has been the practice this whole week, like this back and forth. But you can see this whole week, every single trade this week has been a winner. Monday, I think this was Monday. Monday was a win, and maybe even from no, Friday had been a loss. Monday was a win, Tuesday was a win, Wednesday was a win, and I think all of them have been sells. Oh no, there was one buy. Wednesday was a win. Thursday, yesterday was a win. Almost got stopped out on this one, but price came back down. And hopefully today as well can end up as a winner. But if it does end up losing, still will be up for the week. Because this one you'd be risking 0.75% per trade. So if this ends up losing, it will still be up for the week and the month about 3.25, I think. Yeah, 3.25%, which is good just for like taking one trade a day and for 1 week. So it's almost 10 a.m. So if it gets to 10 a.m., that will be it for the live session. Again, these live sessions will only be for 30 minutes. I will be continuing to trade personally off the live session because I have other strategies that I trade, but sometimes it does take a while for those other strategies to give even a setup. So I really don't want to be on the live session just doing nothing. But yeah, so these live sessions will just be the first 30 minutes. I'm just focusing on the one trade a day, the market open trade. But eventually, I think US30 will push down. If we look on the hourly structure, if we change this chart and go to the hourly structure, we can see the area that it's rejecting from is this. So if we try and do like where all these points intersect, so we have this point, this point, this point. So this is the fourth time that this area is being retested. If we do break this, and given that it's a Friday, if we do break, we can expect a pretty heavy drop throughout the day and maybe into next week. Because when US30 gets back to testing a level like the third time, I'm even surprised yesterday. And I think this was yesterday, yeah. I'm even surprised it survived this third retest. But typically US30 tests a level like 2 to 3 times. And the third time, that's typically when it breaks. So given that this is the fourth time, yes, it can rebound off of here. But given that it's a Friday, I would expect it to push heavy or to continue in one direction. But if it doesn't break this level today and corrects temporarily for a buy, we would expect some sort of correction on Monday. But yeah, so even looking at the market structure, I would expect a push down. If not today, maybe on Monday or something of the sort, but we'll see. And another part that I would be looking or curious of is if this position gets taken out and you ask yourself, if this position gets taken out and it comes up and the candle that hits stop loss rejects on this order blocks, this bearish order blocks, I would be entering a sell using my other account, the one that I told you guys that you only get like 5 setups a month like that. So if that were to happen, that would be like a tell that, oh, hey, coming to pick up some sell side direction here, and then possibly push back down later on during the day. But of course, I really don't want to have this position stopped out. But given that it's the first 30 minutes of market open and we've been in a range of about 100 or 75 points, it is definitely a likelihood. So I would be curious if the position gets stopped out and the 15-minute candle that stops the position out rejects from this bearish order block. So it has to be the highest bearish order block. So if it comes up and rejects, if the highest point of that candle is, for example, the hourly bullish order block, I wouldn't take that sell. So if this position gets stopped out and the highest point of the candle that stops out the position rejects off of a bearish order block, I would be taking a sell with what's that? The 1:3. So this account right here. So this account that's called liquidity grab. So far for that account, I've only taken 3 trades this month, and unfortunately, all 3 trades have been a loser. But if you look at when I started trading this was November of last year. So between November till February, so that's only, and actually this is only end of November. So count December, January, February. So only 3 months, that's a 20K profit. And that's risking 1% per trade. So if this was a 100K account, this is 10K profit. And that's good enough for a 100K account. For a 200K account, it would be 20,000 in profit. And again, you can see in only 2 or 3 months, 18 trades. So that's one of my strategies that I really, really like. And kind of looking at a bigger picture of all my journals right here. I think as of yesterday, the intraday market open took the lead as the most profitable strategy that I have. So you can see as a return of 20%. So in total, I think I started trading this in November. That's 44,000 return. And this is a 200K account. And definitely I have multiple accounts that I copy varying lot sizes on it. But intraday market open, which is what we will be trading every day, which is what this trade is. Threshold, that's the SAR strategy. And I know we used to trade that. I still do trade it, but I really don't focus too much on it. That's the second most profitable. The third most profitable one is the scalp, market open scalps. So for today, that market open scalp ended up losing because it was this sell here. So it's on the 15-second chart, going for a 20-point stop loss and 60-point take profit. So today ended up losing, but again, so far it's the third most profitable strategy that I have. The other one is a structure change, which is part of the SAR strategy. The other one is the crosses strategy. Then I have some other variations of the intraday market open that I've automated. So for this one, technical intraday market open, it's literally the same. It's literally this one trade a day strategy, but I look at the technical. So there are days that, like today, I mean, for the account that takes this and for the account that takes this technical, they are both in sales. But there are days when, like for I think yesterday or the day before, for the technical one, depending on how I've automated it, there are days that I won't take a trade on it. There are days that this one I'll take a sell and the other one is automated and it will take a buy. So it depends on how the technical analysis goes for that. But it's still profitable. Again, so far 9% return. With a 20K profit on a 200K account. I do have some gold accounts as well. So unfortunately, gold today was a loss. Yesterday was a loss. The day before was a loss. The day before was a win for a 1:2 risk to reward. The day before was a loss, and the day before was a win. So, and looking at this, so if we look at those accounts individually, so this is the intraday market open. And you can see this whole week, depending on how this trade will go, but this whole week, Monday was a win. So that Monday's trade closed yesterday. Closed on Tuesday. So that's why Tuesday looks like it has 2 trades. So Monday was a win, Tuesday was a win, Wednesday was a win, Thursday was a win, and we'll see how today performs. So you can see this is that account that so far, and that's the most profitable strategy that I have. And I only started trading this or started journaling this in November. To compare that with the second most profitable strategy, which is the threshold strategy, if we go to the threshold journal, journal, and this trade might be stopped out. If we go to the threshold journal, you'll see that I started trading this strategy last year in May. Last year in May. So in May, it has been back and forth and has only since May has brought in 40,000. But at the height of that strategy, I was up about 70,000, but definitely ran into a losing streak. Ran into a losing streak. Let me see here. So today's market open, unfortunately, has been a loss, and that's fine. We've had a win streak so far for this week. So the first loss of the week. And here, second, 97. Um, 97, 7.3. Yeah, anyway, so first, where's 60 plus 70? All right. So today minus 0.75. So that hourly support did hold. I was hoping that this, so even though this candle rejects on any bearish order block, I wouldn't be taking that sell because again, we want to be, actually, wait a minute. This would be the candle that took the trade out at stop loss. So let me see where this, I'll stick on for a little while. If this candle that's pushing up this way rejects, if the highest point is a bearish order block and it closes below a bearish order block, I will be taking a 1:3 trade on a different account. But we'll see how that goes. Um, hmm. Like some of these charts are frozen. Let's see. Anyway, I'll stick on for, so this has, so it's a 15-minute candle. So depending upon where this candle closes, and again, that will be a totally different account. So it's not this account. So this account already took the L for that trade, for that market open trade. But I'm curious to see where this candle will close. Uh, uh, um, Yeah, trading view is frozen. But and that's typical. So again, the key area to watch, you see this hourly support right there. The reason I'm looking where this candle will close is that if they are going to break that and they reject off of a bearish order block, that's telling you something. It's telling you that they're picking up orders from a specific area or sell orders from a specific area and then coming back down. So it's a typical thing that I've noticed or I know with US30. So we'll see. We have about 10 minutes. And I know, yeah, on MT, if you have MT4 any other trading, if you have MT4 or any other trading platform, you'll notice that TradingView is lagging. So once this rebounds, you'll get to see that uh, price has actually dropped. Anyway, we'll see. We have 10 minutes before this closes. So you see where it's closing right there. So you see that 4-hour bearish high. Now, if price closes above that 4-hour bearish high, I'm not going to take that sell. So the trade I'm looking to take, and again, empty if trading view is frozen, so I think it's just catching up right now. And this might be the same thing that we did, I think, when I took this trade either on Tuesday or Wednesday, where we had a heavy or a big wick to the upside. I really don't like trading big wicks, but I'll still take the trade. So if this 15-minute candle, so what I'm looking at, I've already gotten confirmation, because if you ask yourself, and again, this is not one of the official trades, this is just another strategy that I take. So I typically ask myself, if I get, and for this market open directions, I am rarely on, let me not say I'm rarely, the way I've coded this, it's rarely wrong that it gets the direction wrong. Even when stop loss gets hit, price more times than not gets, comes back to the anticipated direction. So let's look at this day. Actually, this day trade hit take profit. So this actually didn't hit stop loss. So let's go to a day we had stop loss hit. So this day, and I think this was Friday, 13th February. Yes. So market open direction was for what? Was for a buy. What happened? Price came down, hit stop loss. Pretty much the same thing that's happening right now, right? Had a big move to the downside. Price hit stop loss, and then you see what happened. Price went back to the anticipated direction. For this particular one, this is one of the outliers. So this one, yes, market open was a buy, but in this instance, price did not retrace back up. So yes, there's days that price is going to stop me out, and then price is going to keep going in that one direction, which is why I always say it's always important to have a stop loss, because for in this particular this direction, price did not come back up. But anyway, this happens rarely. So if we look up again here, price was for a buy, or market open was for a buy. Again, this was one of those days as well. Price did not come back up. This one was take profit. This one was a sell. And then for this one, price went back up, kept pushing up. This one was a nice buy. This one was a nice sell. So this one hit take profit. This one hit take profit. This one was a sell, right? Same thing here. You see what happened here? Sell, price pushed up, a big candle as we are seeing right now. And then guess what? Stop loss. And then price came back all the way down. So what I'm trying to catch, anytime price hits stop loss or take profit, I am asking myself, is it rejecting on a is it rejecting against an order block? So if we look at this particular day right here, and I don't think this particular day price closed just barely above a bearish order block. So this particular day, I did not take the reversal. So let's see. Yeah, so in this instance, price closed above the bearish order block. So I did not take the reverse. So I only take the reverse if I see a weak rejection on the order block itself. So this particular day, now if price had closed below this bearish order block, I would have taken that sell. And you can see price did come back down, but I did not do that because price closed above a bearish order block, and it just did not line up with how I entered those trades. So what I'm looking for here, I think price has stabilized a little bit. I think there's still some lagging on trading view, but so long as this remains as the high of this 15-minute candle, we have 6 more minutes. So long as this remains as the high of this 15-minute candle, at the close of this 15-minute candle, I will be taking a trade on one of my other accounts, which is this account. And so far, it's been a so far it's had three back-to-back losses. But if I take this trade today, if the trade does validate and it wins, I will get back all these three losses, because again, I am going for a 1:3 risk to reward. And I'm still not satisfied that US30 is pushing back from here. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up going. So again, trading view is still lagging, but so long as this high is maintained here and this 15, and at this point, I don't even know if it's trading view or the regular brokers that are lagging, because I do see that trading view recovered, but honestly, I don't even know which is which. So there's definitely a lag. So I normally trade from MT4, and MT4 looks like, let me look at trade locker, because that's going to be a big factor if I take this trade or not. Yeah, so I think trading view is still lagging. Fine. So, we have 4 minutes. And again, this is just another strategy that I take. And the only one we are just following is the regular market open. So for the official trades of the week, we are done. This week we are up 3.75%. So if you had a 100K account and you started trading on Tuesday when we started taking those trades, you'd be up 3,750. If you had a 200K account, that will be, I think, 7,250 or something, or 7,500, one of those two. And then we'll see how this goes. So if you want to take this trade with me, feel free. If not, then you just wait for next week and we keep doing the one trade a day. But personally, I will be taking this trade on a separate account. This is 10, then this is points. And I just don't want too big of a wick to the upside, because what may happen is, if you guys remember when we got stopped out on this trade, so this trade right here, price came, stopped me out, and then went back and got into full take profit. So price came back and retested the order block that I was looking at, but my stop loss wasn't wide enough to survive that. So there's two things that you can do. If you personally, I enter immediately when the candle closes. Immediately the candle closes. Now there's two things you can do. You can enter with me, that's fine. Or actually there's three things. Either enter with me, and if you get stopped out, it is what it is. In the long run, this strategy is very profitable. But sometimes, of course, you do expect some back-to-back losses, just as with any strategy. So you can either enter with me. The other thing you can do, you can wait for price to retest the order block that it rejected on this bearish 4-hour bearish high. But again, just know that not every time will that happen. So there's two scenarios that will play out here. Either price can continue going to the upside, and either way, it doesn't matter whether you waited or whether you entered on candle closure. So that's scenario number one. Scenario number two is that immediately this candle closes, price will flash down, which is what I am expecting to happen. Scenario number three is that immediately this candle closes, price will come back and retest this order blocks, this bearish order blocks here, possibly even this one that the trade is based on, and then in this instance stop somebody like me out, and then come back and hit take profit. And we saw that on whatever day this is. We saw that on Tuesday. So you have some decisions to make, but personally, I'm entering on the closure of this candle, which is in 15 seconds. And again, this is a separate account. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm in that trade. Let me enter on this other one as well. So let's see. 383,083. So it's 100 points, 100 points stop loss, 300 points take profit. It is a big move, but for US30, especially given that it's a Friday, and if we come back down here, it will take out all this. So we do have a bunch of, you see this where price rejected from or where price started making that big move. So there's two things we can learn from this move right here. Price tried to break this hourly support, right? So all of this is an hourly or high time frame support, whether it's hourly, 4 hour, whatever it is. Pushed up. And again, think of it that it's a Friday, pushed up heavily, and you see where it rejected from, and you see how heavy it pushed up. It pushed up in an instance or it pushed up in a way that it even created a lag amongst brokers, created a lag in trading view, etc. So there's definitely a lot of manipulation in the market. What that tells you is that there are some players in the market, mostly market makers, hedge funds, banks, whatever. They're probably trying to trap people in both ways. So people like me who entered the market open sell, it doesn't mean that I was wrong. I believe I was right in the direction of the market. However, give me a second. However, let me see if I want to take a quick scalp here for a buy. Let's see, 28, 8, 28. See, I took a quick buy scalp here based off of this. Just a quick one. And it already hit TP. It's an EMA. So these candles are pretty huge. But anyway, I took a quick buy right there. Based off of a 15-minute EMA retest. 49,367. Mm, 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 mm. 367. Price is pushing up. Yeah, got stopped out of that. Push back to the upside, but I took this EMA buy. Just a quick scalp there. EMA rejection. All right, so this trade got taken out as well. But again, remember those three scenarios. Price can come, reject off of any of these bearish order blocks. We have this 4-hour bearish low right here, which aligns with an hourly bearish low, 4-hour bearish high here, or price can keep pushing up. But anyway, so that's my one for that trade that only goes for a few trades in a month. How did I do this one? This is different. 49. All right. Yeah, so that will be it for today's session. And then I'll see you guys next week, sometime next week. But yeah, so for this big ones, anytime you have a big wick, you can get whipsawed. So that happened today and that happened on Tuesday. But then we'll see what the next week brings. But for the market open or intraday market open, four wins this week and one loss today. That's good enough. And then we'll just pick up from there next week and see what the next week has. Other than that, I will see you guys next week. Have a good rest of your weekend. All right, guys, peace.